friends, my name's Megan.
And I'm Cody, and welcome back to the New Heights Kids YouTube channel. So as many of you know, this coming weekend is actually Mother's Day weekend. So in honor of that, today we have an awesome video for you. We're going to be showing you 4 different crafts that you can do at home to help honor and give as a gift to your mom.
Exactly, and each craft that we're going to be showing you requires different materials. So if you have certain materials over others, you still have an opportunity to do one of these crafts. So let's get into the video. Okay everybody, so the first craft that we're going to be showing you how to do just requires a printer. And the link in the description below, I have put this, it's like a newspaper, it's called The World's Greatest Mom. And let me show you this up close. So this is what it looks like. So you have fill-ins throughout that you can write anything in particular to your mom, and also you have a chance to color in a photo of your family and a photo of whatever else that you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and read you mine, and then Cody's going to read you his, so you can just get an idea of what these are going to look like. So the world's greatest mom. It says my mom's best of list. And then the dinner, I said lasagna because she makes fantastic lasagna. Desserts, spring cake, and that is a delicious, light, airy cake that's like yellow cake mix with pineapple and peaches and coconut and whipped cream. So good. Character traits. My mom is very giving, she is loving, and she always goes above and beyond whatever she does. My favorite memory with my mom is making Rice Krispies. We love to make Rice Krispies every single holiday. So good, and I always ended up eating them before anyone else could, so they're just so good. My favorite saying, she always calls me and my siblings dorks. It's kind of a thing she says, it's really funny. And the lesson that she taught me was that God will always provide for us. What does your section say, Cody?
So on my mom's best of list, I put my favorite dinner that she makes is wagon wheel pasta. It's just a special pasta that usually has wagon wheel noodles in it. They look kind of cool. Favorite dessert that she makes is homemade apple pie, because who doesn't like apple pie? Some of her character traits I put is that she's very caring, giving, and honest. I put some memory with mom is we would always go grocery shopping every weekend, and we'd always go to the same 2 stores, and we'd always get like a donut at King Soopers, or we would get some food at Whole Foods, and we would sit down and eat, or get some meatballs. Those were my favorite. But so that's what we do there. One of my favorite sayings she always says is whenever we'd be eating something and it was good at home, she would say, "Good stuff, Maynard," which is apparently an old commercial, which someone used to say, "Good stuff, Maynard," and she always just said that every single time. And then a lesson that she taught me that I put down was to never give up and to keep pushing forward. So
what I colored down here is I made her delicious spring cake. So here's my family, my dad, mom, brother, sister-in-law, other sister, there's Cody and me and my younger brother. And she has 2 golden retrievers, so I do them on there too.
My 2 pictures I have is, of course, the apple pie down here in the corner. And then the picture of all of us right there is my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, me, of course, with my spiky hair, Megan, and then my little sister, Shaylin.
And the last section of this newspaper is a little paragraph that you just have to write in little blanks. So it says, this just in, a mom named Cindy, which is my mom's name, from Gilbert, Arizona, has just been named the world's greatest mom. This fantastic mom is loved by her family because she is so loving and stylish. Her favorite child, Megan, obviously, was quoted as saying, "It is not surprising that mom won this award because she always is honest with me. And she never ever does things halfway. I love it when my mom helps with other people's needs. She really deserves this award." So what does yours say, Cody?
Mine says, this just in, a mom named Alicia from Monument, Colorado has just been named the world's greatest mom. This amazing mom is loved by her family because she is so caring and comforting. Her favorite child, Cody, obviously, was quoted as saying, "It is not surprising the mom won this award because she always gives great advice with me and she never ever gives up. I love it when my mom encourages me. She really deserves this award."
Well, so this is the newspaper that you can print out and fill out for your mom for Mother's Day. So the next craft you can make requires a little bit more skill and some staples and paper. We make a little heart wreath. So it looks like that. So you can make it as big as you want, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this wreath is made. Okay everybody, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to make our heart wreath. So the materials you are gonna need to make this wreath are some pieces of paper. I'm using colored sheets of paper. I'm using yellow, pink, and white. You can use as many colors as you want, or you could just use all white. It'll still look just as beautiful. You're also gonna need a ruler, a stapler, a pencil, and some scissors. So the first thing we have to do is make strips for our individual hearts. And that's where this ruler is gonna come in. We're gonna wanna measure how thick we want our hearts to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure about maybe 1.5 inches. And so I'm gonna go ahead and measure and mark 1.5 inches on the other side so I can make a straight line. Now that I have marked my lines right here, 1, 2, and 3, I'm gonna go ahead and take my ruler and I am going to connect my lines. So as you see here, I made 3 different columns. And I forgot to mention before that we're gonna wanna draw our lines and our paper needs to be horizontal. Not vertical, horizontal. So now that I have our 3 columns right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take my scissors and cut them. Now I have 3 strips. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and make 3 more strips of my white paper and my pink paper. So I'll have a total of 9 strips. Alright everybody, so now that we have cut all of our strips, we're only going to be making 8 hearts. It'll be an 8-heart wreath. So we're going to go ahead and take one sheet of paper, and if any of your sheets of paper has any pencil marks on the edges right here, we're going to want that on the inside of the heart. So we're going to take that and we're going to fold it kind of like a little pair of binoculars, just like that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna staple these ends of the paper together. Now we have a little binocular. So of course hearts have points at the end. So we're gonna try to see about where the center of this is, and we're just gonna bend it just like this and let go. And there you go. We have a beautiful paper heart. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest of them. Alright, all my hearts are made. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put them all close together and make them into a little circle. And now I'm gonna show you how we're going to staple the hearts. Okay, so we have our heart circle. Now we just need to staple them together. So the specific way in which we need to staple it is we need to make sure first that our hearts are in a circle just the way we want them. Now, we need to staple where our hearts naturally meet together, because we want to keep that curve that we have created. So we need to staple it right here. But if we staple it too close together, like our hearts are touching, our curve is going to be way too small. So we need to make sure that when we staple our hearts, we pick it up, like pinch it where they meet, and then we staple right where our fingers are. So let's go ahead and staple our hearts together. Alright, so I've made sure my hearts are in the exact position in which I want them to lay. So I'm going to go ahead and take my stapler, and I'm going to staple the first 2 hearts together. So I'm going to pinch it with my hand, and I'm going to staple where my fingers are. And there we go. Our first 2 hearts are stapled. Let's go ahead and do the same thing to the rest of them. Alright, all of my hearts are now stapled together, and it looks like this. So the last thing we have to do is make a holder for it, so it can be hung up. So for this, you can either use a piece of string, you can use a ribbon or some paper, but today I'm actually going to use some yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out how long I want my string. I have to figure out which direction I want my wreath to hang. And I think I want it like this. So to make it like that, I'm going to end up stringing the string around these white hearts. And to connect these on here, since a staple won't hold this, and I don't think tape will hold it very well, I'm just gonna go ahead and tie it. And when you're tying this, you wanna make sure that you don't pull too hard because you don't wanna rip through the paper. There it is. And that is how you make this awesome heart wreath.
And don't worry if you make it too big, you can just turn it into a necklace, like I did.
Beautiful, beautiful, Cody.
So this next little craft, or drawing anyway, is very, very easy. All you're going to need is some sort of coloring utensil, crayons, colors, color pencils, and a piece of paper. So all you're going to do here is you're essentially going to make them a vase of flowers, in case you know, maybe you can't go out and get her flowers. And so draw the vase however you would like, and color it however you would like. And then on the inside we're going to put I love mom because. And then we're going to put all the reasons we love mom in the flowers. So you can draw the flowers however you like. Just make sure to leave some room on the inside so that you can write the things that you love about your mom. So Megan, what did you put?
Alright, I put I love my mom because she always goes above and beyond. She's a great game buddy. We love playing games. She's very funny. She loves giving to others, and of course, she cooks me delicious food. What did you say, Cody?
I put I love my mom because she is so loving. She is a great cook, which is so awesome. She is also very caring, she is honest, and she is very productive.
So here are our vases. Alright, so this last craft that we have made for you guys is this. We have a flower, and in the center of our flower is a photo of us. Well, this is me when I was a little kid. What does yours look like, Cody?
Mine looks so great, this bowl cut right here. Hold on, I'm gonna zoom it in so you can see. Look at that face.
Beautiful.
So wonderful.
So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how you make this flower with your head in the center of it. Alright everybody, so the materials that we're gonna need for this next craft are a colored sheet of paper, a white sheet of paper, a cupcake cup, some scissors, some glue, some markers. Also, you're going to want to have a cutout photo of your face, just small enough to fit inside of the cupcake container. And if you don't have access to a printer, that's okay. I will show you another way in which you can put a face, maybe a drawn face in the center of it. So the first thing that we're gonna need to do is make a flower. So we're gonna grab our colored sheet of paper. My flower is gonna be pink, and I'm gonna take my cupcake holder because this is gonna be the center of the flower. We're gonna end up gluing this to our flower. So I'm going to put it on the paper, and then I'm going to draw around it. We're going to draw our stems. We're going to make our stems as big as we want, as many as we want, just whatever you want. It's your flower. Okay, so here are the stems to my flower, or the flower petals, sorry. I've been saying stems, but they're flower petals. So we're going to go ahead and cut out the outline of your petals with our scissors. Alright, so my flower petals have been cut out. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to take our sheet of paper. What we're going to be doing is we're going to glue our flower petals onto our paper. So you can either choose to completely put your flower onto your paper like this, or you can choose to have it kind of go off your paper like that, give it some dimension, whatever you'd like. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue our petals onto our paper. Alright, so my flower petals are now glued on there. I chose not to glue down my little petals just to add a little bit more dimension to my flower. So the next thing we gotta do is we're gonna put our paper cup in the center of our flower, and we gotta glue it on. So we're gonna take our glue stick and just glue that to the center. Just like that. So right now we have our petals and our flower center. So in the center of the flower, we're gonna put a photo of our faces. So if you're able to print out a photo and stick it to the center, you're more than welcome to do that. If you don't have access to a printer, what you can do is you can take another one of your cups and you can put it on a sheet of paper. You can put a circle all around it. You kind of trace the circle around, and then you cut out this circle right here. And then you can draw a photo of yourself onto it and then glue it to the center, whichever you want. So let's go ahead and glue our faces to the center of the flower. There we go. Here's my face in the center of a flower. So all we gotta do next is decorate our flower. We gotta put a stem on it, maybe put some leaves down here. Whatever you wanna do to decorate this will be your artwork. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take the green, and I'm gonna draw a stem for this flower. Alright, so I added a few flowers down there. So in this little open space right here, I'm gonna write Happy Mother's Day. There we go. Happy Mother's Day. So all I gotta do left is write Love Megan on there. There we go. And there's my final product. We have our flower with our face in the center. Some other flowers down here. Happy Mother's Day, Love Megan. And obviously that'll say love, insert your name here. So there we go. There is our Mother's Day flower. Alright, well that is how you make our awesome flower. So feel free to experiment with any of these crafts that we just showed you. Make it your own, change it up a little bit, whatever you want to do. Make it unique to you and your mom will love it. Alright everybody, that is all the crafts that we have prepared for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and from the bottom of our hearts,
Happy Mother's Day!